Hey, welcome back to another episode of LLC with me, David Wintzer. You know the deal. It's another beautiful day, another lesson to learn, another conversation to have about it because we're all here on planet Earth trying to grow. We're trying to get better. We're trying to do something different in life. And the way to that growth, in my opinion, is to learn some lessons, to document those lessons, and to just have conversations about the mistakes we've made along the way, and maybe we can help each other. So that's what we're here to do. Let's get into it today. Today we're going to be talking about golf. I love golf. I grew up playing competitive golf. I played college golf. I played high school golf, and I played golf just recreationally for a really long time. Love the sport. Love analyzing it. Golf is a big metaphor for life. Golf has a lot of intricacies about it that are very, very similar to life as far as the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, you're just going to have it some days, you're not going to have it some days. And even the days that you have it, the last hole, the last shot, the back nine, it just kicks you right in the dick, just like life. And that's what's going to happen. So that's the beauty of golf. It really is a mental test, just kind of like life. It's just not always going to be your friend, and you got to deal with it. So one of my favorite things one of my favorite stories in golf was Jack Nicklaus one year. I think it was at the Masters, but he gave Sergio Garcia a simple yet profound lesson. Don't try to adjust on the course. Don't try to change your swing on the course mid-round. You're going to go on the range. You're going to be feeling it. Some days what's crazy about golf is like you'll be on the driving range and you're feeling it. You're having a good time, and you go out with these expectations like, dude, I was killing it on the range. And then you start sucking. All of a sudden you're snap hooking it. You're this, that. And like when you get nervous, your swing gets quicker. So you start snap hooking it, or you start sliding your hips. You start slicing the ball. Your hands are moving too quick. You're rolling it over. And then there's this nasty duck hook. There's all these things that happen in golf, and you can't figure it out why. And oftentimes as a golfer, you want to make those adjustments on the course, i.e. with your swing. So, all right, dude, I'm hooking the ball. So what am I doing? I'm coming too far inside. I'm turning my hands over too quick. I'm slicing the ball. I'm coming over the top. I'm leading with my hips. All these analytical things you start doing, and you start trying to make these adjustments to your swing on the course. But you never want to make a swing adjustment mid-round. This was Jack's advice to Sergio. You just adjust per the swing you brought for the day. I.e., if you're hitting it left, aim right. Don't try to adjust your swing, get your hands, roll them over, get your hips involved, drop the butt of the club, bring the club inside, do all these random things that are required in golf because golf is super mechanical, super technical. Don't try to make those adjustments on the course. Just aim right. If you're hitting the ball really far, club down. If you're hitting it not short enough, club up. Don't try to adjust your actual swing on the course. Just make the adjustment itself. Aim right, aim left. Life, business, and construction work in the exact same way. No matter how you prepare, things they're simply not going to go as planned. That's just the reality of the way it goes. It's just you got to deal with it. The weather's going to hit up, in a golf course. The wind's going to come up. The group you're playing with, the conditions. The key is that you have to adjust in real time. The way the job is gone, the way the business is going, the way the day-to-day is going is not going to go as planned. So this concept that Jack Nicklaus was, providing Sergio was a great context to what it actually means to be a great golfer, i.e. Jack Nicklaus is one of the greatest, some would argue the greatest of all time. I'm not going to argue that because that Tiger Woods is the GOAT. And Tiger Woods is going to be on this podcast. Tiger Woods is coming on this show next week. It's unbelievable that he's going to show up. So, of course, I'm going to say Tiger Woods is the greatest of all time. Some would argue, don't give me that 18 major bullshit. If you look at Tiger stats versus Jack stats, Tiger is by far the GOAT. But I digress. That moment on the course when Jack Nicklaus was telling Sergio not to fix his swing, not to adjust his swing, but just to adjust his aim, just to make a simple adjustment and adjust to the swing that he brought to the course that day, it was letting him know, hey, dude, golf is unpredictable. Some days your swing's just going to feel on. Some days your swing is not feeling on. And there's days where, in golf, you just keep hitting it right. You keep hitting it right. You keep hitting it right. And you're oh, and you're you just keep making adjustments, and you're you cannot force it any harder to hit it left. It just keeps going right. It's so frustrating. But instead of forcing the change, you just play with what you've got that day. You simply just react and play with the swing that the golf course, that your body, that the golf gods have given you that day. The mindset shift is, instead of fighting the swing, instead of fighting against what's not working, you lean into the adjustments. So the adjustment is, all right, I don't got it today. I legit just don't got it. I am just snap hooking the shit out of it. I'm left-handed. So what am I going to do when I'm snap hooking it? I'm just going to aim left. I'm going to aim more left, and I'm going to play the snap hook. It's going to be ugly as shit. But here's the thing about golf. The scorecard doesn't have pictures. Doesn't matter what you look like. So if you aim so far left, you're aiming 40 yards left, you're aimed out of bounds, you're aimed at the lake, you're aimed over those trees. Everyone's like, look at this guy's aimed. And you hit it right at those trees, out of bounds, and it just snap hooks. It just whoop, works its way all the way back into the fairway. Who gives a shit what that shot looked like? Everyone's like, damn, that was an ugly shot. Who cares? You made the adjustment because your swing that day isn't going as planned. It's not happening the way you thought it was going to. No one shows up to the golf course. No one tees it up on hole 1 or even on the back 9, assuming that they're going to snap hook everything, hit a big old slice, a big old Johnny Bawango. No one's thinking that that's going to happen. It never goes as planned. You think you're going to hit it right down the middle. You think you're going to hit that. You play a perfect fade every time, and now you're playing a hook. You don't even know what to do. You're out of your element. It never goes as planned. Some days you have it, some days you don't. Guess what? Just like golf, life never goes as planned, ever. Some days you got it, some days you don't. Someday the subcontractor shows up to work right when you need the schedule to be hit, and the other day his car breaks down and he's not there. Doesn't happen. You can hit a perfect drive, standing still, right down the middle, boom. Hit that drive right down the middle. Get there, hits a sprinkler head, kicks off into the trees, goes in the lake. Or you hit one perfectly down the middle. You're like, hell yeah, put your club in the back in the bag. You're feeling good. You walk up to your ball, and it's sitting in a divot. Sitting down in a divot. You should be in the perfect shape right in the middle of the fucking fairway, and you're in a divot. Are you kidding me? Those things are outside of your control. They can mess up the best of golfers. They can mess up the best of mindsets. They are out of your control. And if you allow those daily things to hit, then you're going to be in trouble. You got to make adjustments accordingly. Little side tangent on that. Like we have a stone wall in a house, and we have these stair tread lights going up, and we're like, all right, before we do that, we want to make sure we template this, because these stair tread lights, it's got a box. It's called like a 6-inch by 6-inch box plate for these stair tread lights. So we built a template for this box. We were so excited about it. Right? Boom, got the template in. The stone guys came in. They stoned right up to our template. So this reveal is going to be perfect. It's going to sit right inside of this, and it's going to hit dead on. It's going to look just nice. And today we pulled the lights out of the box, go to put them in, and the back plate of the box, the mounting plate sits about 2 inches high on the back of it. It does not sit in the center. So we made this template based around a center mount on the back of that box. So what happened? We mounted these lights right on this stone wall. We got this beautiful cutout, this template. These stone guys just stoned right up to it. It's going to just hit beautifully. It doesn't hit. It's got a 1/2-inch gap on the bottom. It looks like absolute shit. Man, we made all the proper adjustments. Months ago, we built these templates. Months ago, we got this information. We put that in. Everything was done right. We nailed it. But we didn't realize that on the specifications, had we read it fully, it's mounted like it mounts 2 inches higher. Well, shit. What happens? We gonna get discouraged? That's like basically hitting a drive right on the middle and you land on the divot. It is what it is. We can get mad or we can get focused. All right, got to readjust. Maybe got to hit a different club now. Got to hit a little further down. When you're in that divot, you got to come at a steeper angle. You got to get a different plane of attack. You got to come pretty steep at that ball, and you're going to make sure that you stay down through it. Because if you don't stay down through it, that ball's sitting in that divot. It's sitting halfway down. So you're not inevitably, but the odds are you're going to hit the top half of that ball. What happens when you hit the top half of that ball? You're either going to top it, so it's not going to go far, or you're going to blade the shit out of it. It's going to be this line drive. So you got to drive down on that ball. You got to hit a really steep club angle coming into that ball, so you can make sure you take a lot more ground as you're coming after it to get that ball up in the air quicker and accommodate for the lie that you've been given. Same happened with the stone wall. What do we got to do? Well, shit. We got the stone guys come back in about 2 weeks to finish up some stuff around some cabinets. So now they're going to have to cut out. They're going to have to restone, and that's just part of what we have to do. Okay, no sense in getting upset about it. We got to adjust. That's what happens. That's where we are. Got to move on. Can't dwell on that. Can't get pissed. It is what it is. Sometimes these things are out of your control. That's every single day in golf. That's every single day in construction. That's every single day in business and in life, because it's undefeated. No one has a perfect fight record against any of those things, especially life, business, construction, and believe it or not, golf. No one in the history of the game of golf has gone out and played a perfect 18 holes. No one. Not one person. Business, relationships, and your personal goals, they're going to follow the same unpredictable patterns. Construction, entrepreneurship, you got to play the lie that you're given. You got to play the swing that you brought to the course that day. And maybe that metaphor is there's just a situation that the swing that you brought to the course that day is just basically the situation. That's the analogy. So that situation is that stone wall that we have. That's the swing that we have. We brought that to the course of this day. Put those lights on, they didn't hit. That's our swing for the day. So rather than panicking, rather than doing whatever, we just got to make an adjustment. Okay, now we got to get the stone guys here a day early. We were going to put these lights up. We got the client coming into town tomorrow. We were so excited. We're going to, they're doing a walkthrough. The house isn't done for another 2 months. So we got plenty of time, but we were so excited to reveal these lights and be check it out. So we put them up on the wall and we're like, shit, we can't show them these lights. They're going to see this and be like, what? That looks like shit. Yeah, we know. We're going to fix it. So what's the point? Well, our fun little surprise and reveal and, hey, look at us showing off type thing. That's off the wall. That's off the table. Not going to show them the lights anymore. No project ever goes as planned. Unexpected site issues, subcontractor delays, supply chain problems, all these things are the inevitable. But with successful contractors, successful business owners, successful entrepreneurs, they don't dwell on those problems. They adjust and they keep moving forward. They're hitting the ball right that day, they aim left. They're hitting it too far, they club down. The best entrepreneurs that I've followed, the best entrepreneurs that I know, the individuals that I associate with that are doing way better than I am, that people that I look up to, those individuals, they don't force perfection, but they just adapt quickly because they have countless stories, just like I do, just like you do, of things that have gone wrong. Things go wrong. Simple as that. Every entrepreneur I've talked to, it's some of my favorite things to do. I can't wait to start interviewing individuals on this podcast. I can't wait to start speaking with entrepreneurs in all realms of business, whether it's restaurant, golf, courses, sports, it doesn't matter what type of business they're in, they all have a story. The mentors that I have that have made tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, literally, God, they have stories for days of shit that went wrong. The big order with Walmart, their biggest order yet. And then it showed up and it was all fucked up. All the product was dented. It was all the wrong color. It was all this or that. They had to call Walmart and a $10 million order was just obliterated and Walmart dropped them. These are legit stories that I've heard from entrepreneurs. Can't dwell on that stuff. You got to move on. The best entrepreneurs aren't those that try to force the perfection, try to force the thing. It's those that are able to adapt quickly, because if you're constantly hitting it left in your business, you just literally have to start aiming right. You can't force the unrealistic correction. You just have to adapt accordingly. That's business. That's entrepreneurship. That's the way it goes. That's what Jack Nicklaus was trying to teach Sergio Garcia, a young Spaniard kid that's coming up and trying to become a better golfer, trying to make his way as one of the best golfers of his era. He's trying to win more majors. He's trying to do more things. These are all the things that Sergio was trying to accomplish. And a simple tip from Jack Nicklaus, one of the greatest to ever do it, was, hey, dude, stop trying to fix your fucking swing on the golf course. Chill out. Just aim left. It's all about making the adjustments for the swing you brought that day. And the mindset of reacting to the situation, having a meltdown and that stone didn't fit where the light was, and like you put all this time into it. And we put a lot of time into it. We built those templates. We did the effort. We talked to the stone guys. We coordinated, and we thought we nailed it. So rather than reacting, like, damn it, like so mad, and it's frustrating. Yes, we had minutes of being bummed out about this. But now we got to adapt. What do we got to do? We got to put it on the list to have the stone guys come back and make this right. Bummer. Don't waste your energy forcing something that's just not there. I ain't got the swing today. Every shot I'm hitting is snap hooked. Great. Aim left. Aim over those trees. Are you serious? Yeah, aim at that water. You want me to aim all the way at that water? Yes. And trust that you're going to snap hook it, because that's what's happened all day. And guess what? Side tangent. The way golf works, snap hook, snap hook, snap hook, snap hook. Just nasty. You got this 40-yard snap hook that you're hitting. So you're like, fuck it. I'm going to aim out in that water. I'm going to snap hook it back in. And guess what? You aim out that water and you hit the dreaded straight ball, it's called. You finally play the adjustment and you hit the dreaded straight ball where the ball just goes dead straight right into the water. Guess what? Today's just not my day. That's fucking golf. That's business. That's life. That's construction. In business, if a strategy isn't working, pivot to another. So when we make these templates from now on, we're going to order one of those lights. We're going to look at the back of it. We're probably going to mount that light up on the wall and have those guys stone right to it, to the actual light. We'll tape it up, protect it. If a situation isn't playing out the way you expected it to, you got to adjust your approach instead of resisting the reality. The reality is it ain't working. Figure it out. Adjustments, they're not failures. It's not like, oh man, I don't have my swing today. I suck today. No, that's not a failure that I'm snap hooking it all day. That's not a failure. I'm adjusting to it. So now I'm hitting this nasty swing, this nasty shot shape. It's just slicing over the trees, hooking over the trees. I'm not failing that day. I'm playing with what I got. These are necessary adaptations to the game that day. I'm playing with the swing that was given to me that day. The most successful people I know, the most successful golfers, the most successful business owners, the most successful people in life, the people you look up to online, the people you read about, they stay flexible. They're able to move around. They're able to just create a situation when the stars just aren't aligning. Sometimes you just have to aim right when everything's going left. And it's not a failure. That's just course management. That's just playing the right shot shape that you have that day. My LLC, my lesson learned for today. So where you're at in life, where you're at in your business, don't force a fix. Instead, just adjust your aim. Just aim right. That's all I got. You know, I think I've hit my mental limit on this one. I think I've exhausted my golf analogy for this one. I don't want to ramble on too much about aiming right, aiming left, and all I do want to ramble on is about a couple things. One, you got to stay tuned next week. You know the deal. Fucking Tiger Woods. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I'm over 100 episodes in. I mean, not even just a year into this podcast, and I have booked the biggest talent on planet Earth, Tiger Woods. He's going to be here next week, so you got to stay tuned because, shit, you know the deal. Eldrick T-Dub, Tiger Woods, right here on this podcast, LLC. Lesson Learned Conversations with me, David Wintzer. And lastly, please don't forget to like and subscribe this. Please, please rate and review this. Share this with someone. It'd mean a lot to me. I'm just trying to grow this thing organically. And if you have listened to this, look, I see the numbers. I'm telling you, I see those numbers. I see how many people are listening to these episodes. And the amount of people listening, the amount of people subscribing, it ain't adding up to the amount of reviews I got and the amount of subscribers I got. So if you've made it this far in the episode and you haven't subscribed, if you haven't reviewed this, God, come on, please. It'd mean a lot. That's all I'm asking for. I just dropped some serious knowledge on your ass. The least you could do is give me a couple stars. I love you guys. Truly. All your support means a lot to me. That's all I got. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.